Yeah, at the end of the day on Sunday, I actually had a little bit of free time, amazingly. So me, yeah, right. So me, Lindsay, Baby Yoda, you guys might know, and a couple of us were kind of walking around and just checking out different things. I was like, oh, dude, we gotta get by FN. So I did feel that trigger, and like Matt was saying, unlike striker fired, that internal hammer fire does give you a little crisper trigger. I can say that. Welcome back, everybody. Clint today with Classic Firearms. We've got Matt back with us.
What's up, guys?
And we just got back from the NRA annual meet out at Indianapolis, which was a great show. And it was also the first show that Matt came out with.
Hey, I was there.
Yeah, you liked it?
It was a great time. Getting to meet people, getting to hang out with the team, all the new products. It was a fantastic time.
Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it about as much as everybody's enjoying my mustache right now. I know you are. Anyway,
hey, somebody said I had a better beard than you.
I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Anyway, we figured we'd go ahead and bring you the best of what we all saw. So we got together and decided to give you, for this video, the top 5 handguns from NRA Annual Meet Indianapolis 2023. So without further ado, let's roll into our number 5. And for our number 5 pick, we decided to agree on the FN Reflex. This is FNH's introduction into the subcompact
everyday carry. Yep.
Yeah, everyday carry, concealed carry pistol. You did the interview. Tell us about it, man.
All right, so I thought it was a really cool. It only came out like 2 days before the show, so brand new product from FN. It had an internal hammer, so it's not striker fired,
which is interesting.
Yeah. It gives it a great feel to the trigger. It's not squishy or spongy. It's nice and crisp. They had it with and without red dot options, and then they also have it, of course, in black and FDE because it's FN. They had to.
Right.
But yeah, it seemed like it was a really great little compact carry model. I really liked it with the extended kind of 15-round mag because it gave you a little bit more to hold on to. But yeah, I thought it was a great new pistol from FN.
Yeah, and it really is. So after I saw your video on it, because we don't get to go to the same booth.
Right.
We can obviously, but only one of us is going to do the coverage. It was funny though because I saw that I was like, oh, FN has a. Let me just walk on over there. Yeah, at the end of the day on Sunday, I actually had a little bit of free time, amazingly. So me, So me, Lindsay, Baby Yoda, you guys might know, and a couple of us were kind of walking around and just checking out different things. I was like, oh, dude, we gotta get by FN. So I did feel that trigger, and like Matt was saying, unlike striker fired, that internal hammer fire does give you a little crisper trigger. I can say that.
So I've felt different triggers in striker guns, and some of them are better, some are worse. But just nothing holds a candle to a hammer-fired pistol.
I know, it's wild. But anyway, that's our number 5 pick. It does come with a red dot option, the FDE and black, 12 and 15 round mags. If you ask me, it seems like FN's direct answer to perhaps the Canik MC9. Anyway, rolling to number 4. And for our number 4 pick, Matt, this was another interview that you did, and it really did impress us coming from our friends over at Rock Island. Tell us about the 5.0?
5.0. So the 5.0 is really mechanically interesting because it operates differently than almost like basically any other semi-automatic pistol out there. So normally the barrel locks into the slide of a pistol kind of at the rear of the barrel.
Yeah.
That's usually where like a locking block is. And this actually has a locking block at the front of the slide. Also, it's got a super low profile slide, kind of reminiscent of the Alien pistol.
I saw that.
Yeah. And then they've moved some of the weight kind of from the slide to the barrel, so the barrel reciprocates very, very slightly, like most guns. And then, so you have a lot less weight reciprocating in the slide. So the idea is that it's going to shoot very inline and very flat without a lot of muzzle flip. You don't have the weight moving as much. 9mm, kind of a full-size pistol. And they had 2 options. There was a dedicated red dot where there were no iron sights. You cannot install iron sights.
Yeah.
And then they had the iron sight model, which was not cut for a red dot.
So it's either or.
So it's either or right now, but he did tease that they are working on coming out with a
co-witness model.
Yeah, co-witness model where you'll have the iron sights installed and then a removable plate to install your own red.
Well, that's pretty cool. So the gun looks slick. It looks long too. That's for sure.
It is not a small handgun.
It is a competition style gun.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can just imagine how fast you could run that thing.
I look at that. Did you feel the trigger on it by chance?
I can't say that it struck me as like superlative,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, I definitely felt like that is the kind of trigger that you're going to get used to, and you're just going to be able to run that gun really fast.
Yeah, no, it definitely looked really good, and of course we enjoy our buddy there that I've recorded with before. He is one of their shooters, and he's pretty damn good. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to that one. That was one of the ones I Forgot about.
Huh. Wonder why you didn't make it.
Sorry, but anyway, so it did. As far as from what you were talking about though, and just kind of looking at that long slide, long everything else, but really narrow, kind of like what you were comparing to the Alien pistol. I'd be interested to run that, see how that does, see if that's one that I could, shoot, 100-yard condensed C-zone target like I did with the Alien and the Canic Rival and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just, it'd be kind of fun, and to see how fast we could shoot it.
Yeah, but 5.0. Again, we got brand new product from them, and as well as that new model they're going to come out with the dual sights.
Yeah, which they might introduce at some other show later this year. Right. So anyway, the Rock Island 5.0 for our number 4 pick, and let's go ahead and roll into our number 3.
All right, so the next pistol we're going to see is the SIG pistol, which you covered. So you're gonna have to teach me about this one because I didn't get to talk to SIG.
Yeah, the 320 AXG. This was something that when Phil was talking to us about, he kept holding the gun, showing it off, and I kept thinking, dude, just hand it to me. Just let me.
He's like, gimme.
Yeah, just let me has. And anyway, the reason I have the X Macro out here is because they share one common feature, and that's just the integrated comp on the slide, right? So the 320 AXG Legion, this is also their first aluminum grip, aluminum frame 320 with the Hogue G10 grip. Looks really good. It's also finished in that Legion Cerakote. Everybody can identify, hey, you're an elite status because you've got the Legion because of that color. Usually they have the medallion in the grip, but they decided to kind of move away from that medallion and actually go with the embossing on the grip, and it looks really, really good. Again, the Hogue G10s. But anyway, red dot cut, obviously, you get a good co-witness with it, but again, the integrated comp for the actual 320 series is really, really nice. And with it being aluminum, it's still lightweight, but adds a very perfect balance to the gun. When I held it, I was expecting it to kind of be a little front heavy. No, the gun just felt good, just right? Just where I want it. With a loaded mag, I feel like just a little bit more weight right back here to the rear of the gun would feel pretty good, but it's still lightweight enough, and with the integrated comp, it's not going to have to be a little bit more felt recoil, you know what I mean? And so...
Fight the flip, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the way, again, SIG just talked about it. Again, Phil, great guy. We've interviewed him plenty of times, and Michael, if you're watching, hey, man. And I just got to tell you, I was a really big fan of that, and I was looking at it, and I was kind of like, hey, dude, you sure you don't want to send out one for TNE?
So, I remember shooting the 320 when we did a video or a couple videos on concealed carry.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. I thought the
320 you had the really high-end one on the concealed carry series. Yeah.
And so I can just imagine that, having the Legion model would have been really cool. Just throwing it out there.
I feel like we need to do another series where we can incorporate that.
Yeah, compare it and a couple other handguns. Seems like a plan.
Seems like a really good plan. Anyway, just let us know if you'd like to be interested in that. By the way, I will hint at another series coming. Might be something about... Let's talk about our number 2.
All these semi-autos, man.
All these semi-autos. Well, we've got another one that's technically semi-auto. It's double action. And it's not a Colt, but it's the only thing that I have that's reminiscent of what Henry just released, which is the 38 Special 357 Big Boy series of revolvers. The reason I have the Colt Python out here is because they have one that has a similar grip to this. They call their Gunfighter grip. Okay. And then they have the one that looks really stylish, their Bird's Head grip, which, again, I like. But let me know which one down in the comment section you guys would prefer, because personally, I'm going to shoot that gun.
Right.
And I'm going to shoot it a lot.
Yeah.
And I expect, and why do I say it as if I have one? Anyway, I plan on shooting it quite a bit, right? And so I want something that's going to be a little bit more comfortable to shoot, especially if I'm going to be shooting 357 Magnum, a little bit hotter round, something like that.
Fully agree, man. I definitely think the Gunfighter is the way to go over the Bird's Head.
Yeah, but again, maybe I want both, Henry. I need a gun that's going to be my working gun and then my display gun. That would look good, right there, right next to my...
You can tell where Clint works, considering his decorations are basically all firearm based.
Yeah, that is very true. But anyway, I am very excited about this. It's something brand new from Henry. We haven't seen them really produce anything like a wheel gun or a revolver ever, as far as at least I know. I mean, it's definitely an old American firearms manufacturer. I'm sure they've toyed in some designs or some prototypes at some point.
And it makes sense, right? Like when you think of Henry, you usually think of lever actions.
Right.
And lever actions, revolvers. It's just a match made in heaven.
I mean, I think so too. And then you get, just about 30 seconds later, then you have the 1911. So, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, for all you older types out there, I guess. But anyway, no, I am a big fan of all three of those guns that we just talked about. But yeah, the Henry Big Boy series of revolvers, that's number 2 on our list. I am really excited to try that out and get them both 38 and 357. And
But why would you get the 38?
it's just be fun shooting because it's
You can just shoot the 350, the 38, and the 357.
all right. That is
It's a great point. I know.
that sounds like somebody who doesn't have to worry about money, if you ask me. 38 Special is slightly more affordable to shoot than 357.
But you can shoot the 38 in the 357.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's the chambering is 38/357.
oh, I thought you were saying they had 2 models.
No,
My misunderstanding.
The only model is Gunfighter and Bird's Head.
Oh, okay, my misunderstanding.
Now that we've got the confusion worked out, let's talk about our honorable mentions.
Listen, in my defense, I did not talk to Henry.
Yeah, but it would also make sense that you have a 357 that shoots 38.
Listen, but there are people out there who make revolvers in just 38.
Yeah,
it doesn't
like,
make any
like
sense.
the 80s and 70s.
But I'm just saying. But the way, anyway, never mind.
Anyway, my honorable mention is that Battle Arms Development. Got to see our buddy Darwin.
Yep.
I couldn't make it by the booth, and I'm sorry. It was a lot, man. But also that Solo Blaster.
Yeah.
Me being the Star Wars nerd that I am.
That got so much attention. It was really awesome.
And we all know Han shot first. And now you get to shoot the gun that Han shot first.
There you go.
That's the way you look at it. So yeah, I am actually talking about like the DL-44 because I actually know guns in real life and in
Fictitious universes.
Science fiction.
Yeah.
It's a DL-44. Anyway, Solo Blaster is my honorable mention. Which one's yours?
I'm gonna go with the Pit Viper. Like I thought the coverage from Terran and everything was really cool. I mean, it is
vastly different.
super opposite ends of the spectrum, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, that thing just looks so slick.
It is slick.
I mean, you got to hold it and stuff.
I got to play with it a little bit, and that Pit Viper, dude. He said there's a reason why he actually calls it the Pit Viper, and that's because it's also has an integrated standoff device.
Oh, okay.
And that is the actual frame of the gun. It's like 2 little venomous teeth poking out, and he
Fangs
says,
even.
"Yeah, if you will." And he also said, there's a scene where John Wick uses it, and he's like, killing somebody, removes the slide and stuff like that. And he's like, you know what, you could definitely do that. He goes, yeah, it's sharp. And I'm like, all right, Taryn. So that was really cool. We also did. We're
getting medieval up in here.
We are indeed getting medieval up in here. We also did do a podcast with Taryn Butler, which is very interesting. So make sure you stay tuned for that at the CF Podcast channel. Get subscribed if you're not.
There's some really cool interviews.
Yeah, there is also. I guess we can kind of like hint at all of them, or not hint, but tell you. I mean, there was J.K. Armament, there was 22 Plinkster, there was Mr. Guns and Gear, and Taryn Butler. That's
I mean, good lineup.
Anyway, let's roll into our number 1 pick. This one came to me by surprise.
Yeah.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was kind of a smaller booth, right?
Yep, I was hanging out over at the Swamp Fox booth, and one of our viewers, he was kind enough to come up and just want to talk for a second, and then he said, have you checked out Stealth Arms? I'm like, no, I didn't really see them, didn't walk by. He's like, come check this out.
So you know what's funny about that? I actually thought that booth was Sylvan Armory until I got closer, because they used the SA logo.
They are very similar logos.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, I don't know if that should be brought up or not, but we're just going to keep that in there because it's funny. Hopefully that's not a legal thing. Anyway, what Stealth Arms did is ultimately take the design of a 2011 pistol.
Yep.
They make 1911 parts and 1911s and stuff like that. Okay, cool, but they wanted to step out of the box a little bit, which they did because they made a 2011 that takes Glock mags.
Yep. I mean, and I love the name of it, right? So, in case, I don't think we've said the name yet.
We haven't.
So, if you think about it, so you're taking these disparate features of 2 different animals, if you will.
Yeah, taking like a duck bill and a beaver tail.
Yeah, and so it is the platypus.
The platypus.
I mean, you have to give them points on that creativity alone. I love that.
That is very original.
Yeah.
It's not like some sort of combat executive elite.
Yeah, right. So often it's like we're over the top tactical with some of the stuff, and I really love it.
It makes sense too because I think they called him like, all right, cool. Well, this one here is our 17 round model. Takes the Glock 17 mags and everything plus. So we call it the Platypus 17.
Yeah,
I mean,
works for me.
Works for me. You've got this, and then I was like, you could have named it. There's so many different names you could have named it that have just been so redundant. Like, well, you can't use the name Mutant, but you could use like a
Chimera.
Yeah, the Mutant Combat Elite 17 Compt. Whatever. And it's like, heard all of those. all the time.
Yep.
And no, platypus. So stealth arms with the platypus. Glock mag taken. Does it take Glock mags? Yes. Not only does it take Glock mags, it is a 2011 also. Stop.
And you have to love the customization because they were talking to you about like all the options.
Oh, the website.
Yeah, like you go and you build a bear your pistol.
Yes, I love that. Actually,
they can do all kind of things like different size frames, different finishes.
So when I was a kid, this is how I knew I grew up. When I was a kid, I used to
grown
go
up.
No. When I was a kid, I would go to the Porsche website,
right,
and then try to, make my dream Porsche 911, right? As an adult, I go to Stealth Arms website and now I'm building out my ideal platypus.
There you go. All right.
It's growth.
Maybe.
So let us know what you guys think about this list. We did run into a lot of neat things and also great people as well. If you were at the convention and you got to see us, big shout out. It was funny, I was reading just one of the comments just now. Ran into one of the American Airline associates. I was picking up a couple of guns from the airport.
As you do.
Yeah, because I was definitely still carrying there. And I was like, okay, just waiting here. And the guy just comes out, Clint, see you down in the comments, bro. Appreciate your help. And so it's always, again, just really cool running into everybody and seeing you guys, and it makes the trips really worth it. That and all the guns, let's be honest. So the guns are cool. I mean, what am I going to say? But anyway, so I know we didn't see everything. I know we didn't hit every single booth that was there. That is
and we
my
can't
goal.
mention everything that we did see. Like, I
Right.
mean, it's top
There
5.
are also some things that we can't talk about just yet because it's not released. But they may have had a prototype there just to kind of show certain people. I wasn't one of those people. I got told. I didn't get to see anything cool like that. But anyway, so, we didn't get to cover, like I said, all the manufacturers there. Again, that is my goal. Hopefully we have a team big enough one day where Classic Firearms is I think we are now. I'm proud to say it. I think we are now, but I would like to keep going, be the premier source for multiple shows coverage, whether that be SHOT, NRA, whatever the heck else there is out there.
Sounds like you need help, which is why you just need to make sure to take me to the shows from now on. So there you go.
I think the comment section has decided that to happen. So whether we
Thanks, guys.
Whether we like it or not.
I appreciate your support. I do. My boss reads those things, so seriously, appreciate it.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a fake account and just say, hey, give Clint more free guns. Give Clint a free gun. Give Clint all the free guns. Give Clint the video wall.
While you're at it, give Matt a free gun. Like, a free gun? Yeah.
And Matt.
There you go.
All right, there you go. Cool. Anyway, guys, like I said, we hope you really enjoyed it. Let us know, who did we miss? Do you agree with our list? Were you surprised by it? Did you miss a couple of the interviews that we did, and now you're going back and thinking, holy crap, what the hell's a platypus? It's a weird-looking duck beaver. But and it's also a cool gun. That's
check out the 5.0. That thing was awesome.
The 5.0 was cool too. Anyway, I think we're done rambling at this point. Stay tuned because we're also going to have the top 5 rifles. And again, let us know down in the comment section below. Just because I feel like taking Matt more places and making it even more strenuous on my life and the team. What other shows do you desperately need to see us cover, or competitions? Because I think Clash Bash is in about a year, Matt. So you got to get trained up. You got a year because you got to beat me, man.
I've done it before. Well, that was video proof.
That was the power of editing.